Alright, welcome to part 4 of my 3D modeling series. So as promised, we were going to take a look at how we can create a texture. To begin with, we need some kind of rock texture, and I guess the best way of finding a rock texture is by going to images.google.com and type in rock texture. There's actually something called seamless, very convenient. So actually, I think I'm just gonna go with this one, this first one. So I'm gonna click in here, and that's gonna bring me to some website. Seems pretty good. I don't know if this is a paid website or not. Here's the one that I found. I'm just gonna scroll through and see if I can find one which is better. This one seems pretty nice actually. Let's just try this one. So I'm just gonna save this picture, and I have a place for this called textures rock, and you can actually see I've already downloaded that one, so I'm just gonna try with a different one this time. So now we have a texture, and we want to put that on top of our rock here. So let me see if I can remember how I did that. We select the low poly. I will hide the high poly. So select the low poly, and what we can do is to go to rendering and find this here called render surface map. And here you can specify size, and you can say which texture you want to use. So I will find my rock texture, very cracky gray something, and then just click texture wrap, and you'll see nothing happens apparently. And the reason for that is because this is currently an editable mesh, and apparently it doesn't work if it's an editable mesh. So what we need to do is to convert this to an editable poly, and then click texture wrap again. That's gonna wrap this texture onto around. So I'm not really sure what it does, but it's probably shooting the texture onto the, how it does it, I have no idea. But it's gonna generate this map for us. And one thing I noticed when I was trying this out is that it seems to be quite a lot lighter in the color than the one, not that one. If I find my texture here, very cracky moss, very mossy, craggy rock. So this is apparently supposed to be the same. It does not look like the same anything really. So that's actually a part I haven't yet figured out. I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the lighting, which I need to adjust. Yeah, as mentioned, I'm not really sure what knob I need to change. Anyway, for now we're just gonna go with this, and I'm gonna post a follow-up on this part here once I figure out the correct way to adjust this. So from here on, if we want to preview this, we can press M to bring up the material editor, and per default it has this material, I think. Yeah. So we want to add a few things to this. So if we expand the maps section. The diffuse color is what in Unreal Engine is the base color, I think, corresponds to that. I'm not entirely sure, but I think. So we want to create, click the None button here and select a bitmap. That's going to bring you to a place where you can select a file. So select that graphics. Where the heck did I render this to? Maybe I didn't save it. Oh, that might be that. Let's do it again. Texture wrap. Oh, texture wrap. There we go. And save this. I'm just gonna save it in the same folder as my my model. Call this the rock 3 diffuse gamma. I don't know. Maybe I could adjust this one. I don't know. I'm just gonna try and overwrite this and say 1. Anyway, save as let's say PNG. No, actually, let me save this as yeah. Let me save it as a PNG for now. And RGB, no alpha. Okay, this time I got it. Yeah. So M to bring up the material editor. We have the map 0, which we created, and we need to select the bitmap. There it is. So now we have the bitmap. We don't see it on here right now. I believe you can click this one. Yes, and that's going to show up if I turn off the grid, show it with the texture on. But it does not look very high poly, and it's actually doing something weird here. Anyway, so we need to add our normal map, which is the is it the bump? I think it's a bump. So select none here and find bump map, normal bump. And here we select this one and select bitmap and go to rock 3 and let's try the one we created inside 3D Studio Max. So that should be it. Yeah, so we can go back to default and set the bumpiness to 100 and I don't see it applied. That's weird. Wonder what I did wrong. Normal bump. Default. That's weird. Where's my bump map? What the heck? Oh, there we go. So apparently show realistic material in viewport. So you gotta hold this one down and then move to this one. Okay, great. Good to know. So now we have some of that detail back. All this bumpiness stuff that we got from the normal map, or from the high poly. So we can take the high poly now and throw that out. Let's just for fun, take the high poly. God damn it. Take the high poly, move it to the side. It doesn't have a texture right now, so we can make a new material just to compare these two. Obviously the high poly is going to be looking better, but just to compare this. So bitmap, diffuse, drag this onto and close. So these are the two rocks. I don't really see my texture. What the? That's weird. Okay, I don't know. I don't understand anything right now. What the? Diffuse? I'm so confused. Anyway, I'm not going to be bothered by that. Okay, so let's delete this one. We don't need it anymore. Well, we can keep it just for fun. But what we want to do, I think, is to rotate this one before we bring it into Unreal. So I'm gonna just put it in position so it's looking a little bit better. Somewhere around here, and I forget where that is. Not motion. Utility. Where is the? I want to move my pivot point, and I forget where I do that. Okay, that's going to be a bonus video, super bonus, where I show you how to move the pivot. I mean, I'm going to show that in the next video. So once I found it, I can't remember it right now. Anyway, we're ready at this point to export it out and see the first look at this, because I can tell you already it's not really done yet. But this is a good place to try and make a test with this. So export selected. I like to export this as FBX. So there we go, FBX. Call this rock 3 and save. And I think what I select here is to go under embed media and check that one. I believe that's the textures and stuff. I export in centimeters. C up, FBX 2016. Export. Right. So let's take a look at how this will appear inside Unreal Engine. Let's go to the rock 3 FBX, and make sure to import material and textures and import. So now we have the rock we created. It's a little bit small, but it's there. So it's looking, well, it's looking like a really pale rock right now, but it's actually not that bad. It could be worse, way worse. And actually, apparently the pivot seems to be at the bottom. So apparently that's not an issue anyway. In order to fix the collision here, we can do a few things. We can check out, change the max hull verts and apply. That's going to create a little bit better collision for this. But apart from that, the material we get in is the normal map, and our texture is here. So that's looking pretty okay, I think. Only has this base color, and that's the normal map. That's all we created. Okay, so it's actually pretty small. Let's see if I can stand on it. Whoa, my foot is doing some funky stuff here. Let me just make a little test here. Make it a little bit wider. Okay, I might want to fiddle a little bit around with the collision, it seems. But anyway, this actually turned out pretty okay, I think. Could be much worse, I would say. Does look a little bit chunky, I guess, when you get close to it. I don't know how they managed to get it so good looking, these rocks here. Anyway, it's something I need to read up on, definitely, because I want to be able to create good looking rocks like this. Maybe they had some better texture samples as well, and so on. By the way, some of this stuff actually looks pretty good, except it looks a little bit stretched. And also beware, I did not do too much with the textures. I just slammed something on it and didn't spend any time at all trying to adjust it. So this material here is just, I didn't do anything with that. Anyway, I think this is it for this video. I hope proved useful, and I will be seeing you in the next. I will try and figure out a few things which I missed and get back to you. So bye bye.